I would consider buying one of these. So for my past few videos, I haven't been doing any reading updates or reviews really, and that's because I have been in the worst reading slump of the year, unfortunately. This was triggered by a bit of stress and burnout, and the fact that I've just been quite busy lately. During this time, I just read a few pages or chapters of something every night before bed, but not seriously reading like I usually do. I'm happy to report I'm now out of my reading slump. So I'm going to talk about the books that I am reading now and what I've read lately very quickly. There's only a few, so I'll just go through those now. So the first book I'm going to talk about is Deathless by Catherynne M. Valente. This is a alternate history novel. It's a retelling of a Russian fairy tale, which is about this sorcerer named Koschei the Deathless, and then the protagonist Maria, whom he essentially takes as his bride. This hooked me in pretty quickly, and it actually got me out of my reading slump, which was great. I thought the world building was excellent, and I really liked the beautiful prose. The protagonist, great also. I found her quite relatable in some ways. So I ended up rating this one 4 out of 5. I did get a little lost sometimes with the folkloric elements that I wasn't familiar with, but I also enjoyed learning more about these things and researching them on my own. I am now reading For No Mortal Creature, which I've shown in this video that Penguin sent me, and that is by the author Kesh Chow, who I believe is also from Melbourne, which is really cool. I just love the box that this came in, and the cover art is really, really pretty. I only read 56 pages so far, so I am not very far in. I can't really comment on this book for that reason at the moment. It seems that this is a fantasy romance novel, romantasy I guess, which I will say are not my favorite genres or types of books to read, but I do like to branch out, and they're not genres that I'm completely adverse to. I think it's good to mix things up, and especially if you're in a reading slump, that can help me a lot. And I also find it boring to always read the same kinds of books because there will be patterns that you will pick up on. So I do like to branch out and mix things up. This book also has things to do with ghosts and spirits in the afterlife, which is more of my kind of vibe, but I can't really say too much else about this book so far. I am excited to see where this goes because I have found that the starting of the book has been very interesting, and there's already been something that's happened which I didn't really expect. I will update you on how this one goes. And the last book that I'll talk about very quickly is The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell. This is the chosen book for my Patreon book club this month. This is a reread for me. I read it, I want to say 2 years ago now. So I've actually been listening to the audiobook when I have been working, which has been quite nice because I have never listened to the audiobook before. I have forgotten a lot about this book. This is a book that when I did read it, I liked, but I didn't love. But as I've come back to it, I have just really liked how dark and mysterious it is. I really like the atmosphere of it. So maybe I'm going to end up liking it even more. That would be interesting if that did happen, because I don't think I've experienced that before. But I will also update you in my next video on how my reread goes with this one.